My name is Mizuna Kyogoku. I'm 26 years old. I'm working at MoniRobo Trading Company, where we specialize in sourcing products from the local area and export them to every corner of the country.
Mizuna, I'm having trouble finalizing contracts. I feel like I can't keep the client interested when I'm negotiating with them. I haven't gotten any contracts signed this year.
You've got to have more confidence in yourself. Clients can tell when you're not sure of yourself, and that makes your negotiation lose persuasion too. Just make the benefits of buying from us clear. Show them the data comparison we have for other companies, and keep on pushing. I know you can do it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'll do my best.
Mizuna, I'm finding it hard to negotiate with clients that are much older than me. I can feel a generational gap when I'm talking about the products that we have to offer, and it's like they can't trust what a kid like me has to say.
Then how about using your youth to your advantage? Show them how passionate you are.
But even if I show more passion, if they're not interested because of how young I look, then won't it just add fuel to the fire? Some clients really don't seem impressed by my presentation at all.
I think that they'll be more interested in your presentation if you appeal to their desire to broaden their target market. If they only listen to people who are their own age, they'll only end up selling to that age range. If you show how passionate you are about the products you have to offer and prove that your generation wants these products, you'll have their signature in no time.
Audience-based marketing. Oh, that makes so much sense. I'll give it a try. Thank you, ma'am.
Mizuna is amazing, isn't she? I wish I could be more like her. She's great at what she does, and she knows how to give the most suitable advice. I can't believe she didn't go to high school.
Seriously? She's so perfect for this job. I assumed that she had majored in economics or something, but she didn't even go to high school? That really is amazing.
Apparently, she started working here part-time and learned the ropes just by gaining more and more experience in the field. She was visiting clients and signing contracts from early on, and worked out what negotiation tactics went well and what didn't as she went along. And she's made her way to department manager, so obviously she was pretty successful.
She built her own career from the ground up. That really is cool. It's not something anyone could do.
That's right. I graduated from middle school and got a job in this company soon after. You don't hear about middle school graduates that often, so you might be wondering why I didn't progress to high school. Well, to explain that, I'll have to tell you a bit about my family first. Until I graduated from middle school, I lived with my mother, stepfather, and my half-sister, Miyuki. Unfortunately for me, even though we had the same mother, it made a world of difference that we had different fathers. I'm home! Miyuki, you're amazing. You got the highest grades in your class again. You're our little genius.
You're amazing, Miyuki. We can always rely on you to make us proud, even if a certain someone else doesn't.
Getting the highest grades is a piece of cake. I don't know why other people find it so difficult. I guess I'm just special like that.
Oh, Mizuna, I didn't realize you had come home. So, what did you get on your practice tests? I hope you won't disappoint us like you did last time. Here you go.
There's no point expecting anything from her. She's got average grades. She's neither at the top or bottom of her year.
You're not even close to matching Miyuki. It's a shame, but I suppose there's no helping it. Your father was just as useless. If it's in your blood, there's no way you can change. My little sister was good at studying, and it wasn't rare for my mom and her dad to be praising her for getting the top scores in her year. And I couldn't deny that she was smart. She had grades good enough to rank among the top students in the state. As for me, I spent more of my time hanging out with my friends rather than studying, so my grades weren't that good. And I wasn't that bothered by the grades themselves. Even if I did my best, I would never be able to beat Miyuki with my test results. However, it did bother me that my own mom would use that against me to compare me to Miyuki. It was hurtful enough that she would often bring up how she hated that I looked like her ex-husband and kept me at arm's length because of it. But being told that I wasn't good enough on a regular basis really did a number on me. Of course, my stepfather would favor his own daughter and would shower her with love, so I often felt unwelcome in my own home. Hey, Mom, I want to go to this high school, so could you fill in the parent-guardian section of this form? What? You're kidding, right? You think you can go to high school? My grades aren't that bad. I know that they're not as good as Miyuki's, but they're pretty average. And the school isn't prestigious, but it's not like I'll embarrass you by going there. Hang on a second. That's not what I mean. I'm saying that...
She means that you're not going to high school whether you like it or not. There's no money to pay for your tuition fees. At least, there's no money that I'm willing to give away. You're not my daughter. Why should I pay for your education?
And we won't be wasting any more money on raising you. Once you graduate from middle school, you're going to leave this house. What? You're not being serious. I can't stand looking at you anymore. Every day you look more and more like your father. You can't blame me for hating you if you look like that useless idiot. But how am I supposed to do anything about that? It's not my fault that I look like him. I don't even remember what he was like. What am I supposed to do after you kick me out? How should I know? You'll have to think about that yourself. Once you graduate from middle school, you'll no longer be my daughter. After being notified without any warning about how I was going to be kicked out of the house, I begged them to rethink their decision, but it was a waste of time. In the end, I couldn't go to the high school, and I ended up leaving the house on the day of my graduation. I was 15, and I had no house, and of course, no money. I had nothing else in the world. Unsurprisingly, I was having trouble looking for work, too. Without a fixed address and no bank account to have my pay transferred to, I couldn't get a job to pay for food or shelter. For a short period of time, I was even homeless and spent nights sleeping on benches in dark corners of the local park, but I didn't have to suffer for long. I was lucky enough that I was offered a hand by a good Samaritan.
You look like you had a rough time, but you did your best to survive all on your own. How about you come and work with me? You'll have to start out working part-time since you're still a minor, but when you get older, you can come and work with me full-time. Or you can even go out and get a job elsewhere.
Really? Can I work for you? But what about my address? I don't even have a bank account. Do you pay in cash?
No, don't worry about that. We can help. Our company's got a program for kids just like you, who don't have a home to go to and want to work. We have a dormitory where you can live for free as long as you're a minor working for our company. Of course, if you save up enough money, you're free to find your own place.
Really? I'm not dreaming? I can actually work and I'll have a place to live? Thank you. Thank you so much. Like that, I found a place to work and a place to live. I started out as a part-timer, but as time went on, I felt that I had a sense for the negotiation and presentation skills needed for selling products, and I decided to stay on and work full-time when I became an adult. I can't believe it's already been 10 years. It doesn't feel like it's been long at all.
Mizuna, we're going to have some new employees coming in tomorrow. I'll be introducing them to the entire team in the meeting room. I'm relying on you to keep an eye on them as they work, and give them direction. Let me know if there are any problems.
Of course. I'll do my best, Mr. Nakono. Right now, I'm enjoying my work and personal life, and I've done my best to forget and leave behind everything that happened to me in that house. Now, I have colleagues and a boss who I love, and I'm really happy. Everything was going perfectly, or it was, until the next day when my whole life started to crumble away again.
Thank you for hiring me. I'm looking forward to working with you all. I'm a little nervous, but I'll do my best. Thank you. Oh, I already said that, sorry.
How sweet. I remember how nervous I was when I first started working too.
That's alright. Thank you for your introduction. Who's up for introducing themselves next?
I hope the next person is just as sweet. Huh? No way. This can't really be happening.
My name is Miyuki Koyugoku. I graduated from MoniRobo University. It's the best college in the country. I'm sure you've heard of it. I was working in Sukato Trading Company until 6 months ago, but I left and applied for a job here. You don't have to thank me. Oh, and there's no point in telling me your names since I won't be able to remember them anyway. All right, I'm done introducing myself. Did she say Sukato Trading Company? It's the biggest company in the country. They handle foreign goods and even export domestic products. And she went to MoniRobo University? She's a super elite.
Hang on, I swear she said that her last name was Kyogoku? Doesn't that mean...
My god, she did. Come to think of it, she looks similar, so she's related to... Oh yeah, I forgot about making that clear. Mizuna is my older sister.
I knew it! I knew that she looked familiar when she walked into the room.
To be honest, I'd rather be somewhere else, and I'm way too good to work in a place like this, but my sister couldn't stop begging me to come work in the same company, so I decided to do her a favor and grace you with my presence.
What? I never begged you to do anything. I haven't even spoken to you once in the past 10 years since I left.
Miyuki, you shouldn't really speak to clients like that. With that tone of voice, they'll think that you're not interested in doing business with them, and you won't be able to sign any contracts. You should take a leaf out of your sister's book. She's the department manager and she knows what she's doing.
Shut up. You're so annoying.
Huh? Did you say something?
I said that you should shut up. Just because you started working here before me doesn't mean that you're better at this job than I am. You're not doing business. All you're doing is kissing up to clients. Do you even have any masculinity left after all that ass kissing? And first of all, you didn't even go to college. You don't have any right to tell me what to do. I actually have a degree. People like you should shut up and listen to what I say, not the other way around.
What? Why the hell do I have to be told something like that? I'm not kissing anyone's ass. I'm treating our clients with respect. Just because you're the department manager's little sister doesn't mean that you can get away with doing anything and saying anything.
Miyuki, what did you do now? I'm sorry about my sister. I'll talk to her and make sure she apologizes to you later.
It's okay, Mizuna. I know that it's not your fault. You don't have to apologize.
Thanks, but I will make sure that Miyuki apologizes to you when I'm done with her. Miyuki, come with me, right now.
What do you want? My time is really precious, you know.
Hey, you seem to be under the impression that your higher education and flashy CV make you better than the people around you, but here's a surprise. You're not. You're new here. You don't know how to do anything yet. Frankly, you're doing the worst out of all the new employees we hired this season. You need to be more humble and willing to learn from the people around you.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? How did you decide that I'm doing the worst?
How? You haven't signed any contracts since you got here. I thought your experience at Tsukatu would have helped a little in giving you an idea of what you had to do here, but you've produced nothing. This company relies heavily on our regular clients, but we also need to put a lot of effort in finding new clients to buy products from and sell to. Our profits depend on always signing new contracts. Do you understand?
That's not my fault. All the clients I was told to cover were all idiots. They didn't understand the presentations I gave, and they weren't good enough for me. I'm waiting for someone that's worth my time. Unlike you, I went to high school and I went to university. There's no way I can't do anything you can do, so I have to make sure I don't waste my time with the scraps. I'll let you deal with those.
Miyuki, there's something you have to understand. Just because you had the best grades in middle school and you graduated high school with flying colors and attended the top university doesn't automatically make you a professional in any career you advance to. You have to put in the time to understand that job too, you know.
I'm just lacking in motivation because I'm surrounded by idiots that don't understand me and can't do anything as well as I can. It's not my fault I don't feel like working.
Everyone already hates you because of your obnoxious attitude. You're going to have a lonely time at this company if you keep it up. Why don't you apologize and start over?
No way. So what if they hate me? They're just jealous of me. Why should I be friends with any of them when I know they're not good enough?
I guess there's no point in trying to convince you. Fine. I hate to do this, but I have no choice. I really don't want to have to talk to her again, but someone's got to do something to fix your work ethic. It's for the team and for the company. Only I can do this. I thought I would never have to go through this ever again. Hey Mom, it's Mizuna. What do you want? I thought I told you that you wouldn't be my daughter anymore once you left the house. That also means you can't just call us whenever you feel like it. Yeah, great to hear your voice too. I'm not calling because I wanted to. If anything, I wanted to avoid you for the rest of my life too. Then why are you calling me? I don't have a lot of time, so make it quick. It's about Miyuki. She started working at the same company as me. She's actually part of my team, but she's causing a lot of trouble. I need you to talk to her. Oh, Miyuki. What? Are you jealous that she's doing a better job than you are? You can't blame her. She's a genius. I thought you already understood that she was better than you when you were in middle school. No, if anything, it would have been much better if that was the case. But it's the complete opposite. What do you mean? It's the complete opposite? There's no way you got better results than her at work. But I do. Miyuki can't do anything, but she's too proud to ask for help and won't even listen to the advice we all give her. She thinks she's too smart for this job. She's seriously got to sort out her attitude or she's going to lose her place here. Then it's simple. You just have to fix everything for her. But it's not that simple. She's no good at making presentations, her negotiations are terrible, and she ends up angering all the clients she speaks with. And even if it was easy to help her, she won't accept anything from me, of all people. Why do you think we put her in the company you work at? We even managed to get her into the same department as you. It's not just a coincidence. Her father and I pulled all the strings we could to position her in the best place so you could be her direct manager. What? It wasn't a coincidence? I thought that it was a nightmare that she had come to work here, but this is worse than I imagined. Of course not. You really are stupid, Mizuna. Miyuki's father knows a certain someone from your company. We just fed him a few lies about how Miyuki was being bullied at her previous job, maybe mentioned where Miyuki's father works, and he was happy to hire her. Anyway, you may be the shame of our family, but you still managed to become a department manager. It'll be easy for you in your position to make a few changes to her performance review when the time comes. What? You're joking, right? Why should I do that? I can't lie about her progress so she can keep her job. Oh, and make sure she gets promoted as soon as possible, and give her a raise and plenty of days off. She's entitled to that much. She's a genius that went to MoniRobo University, but she's willing to work for a less than prestigious company like yours. What? Of course I can't do that. You're asking for the impossible. You're her older sister. Don't you want your sister to do well at her job? You're obliged to take care of her and support her. We fed you, we gave you a place to sleep, and even bought you clothes for 15 years. If you want to pay back that debt, then now's the time to do it. You've never given anything back to this family, but now you can finally be of use. Excuse me? Did I hear that correctly? You think that I owe you? Yeah, in some ways kids owe their parents a lot, but I've never heard of a parent saying that their kids owe them after refusing to let them go to high school and then kicking them out with no money to live on. Enough. Just do as I say, useless girl. There's no point talking to her either. This is where Miyuki must have gotten it from. Why on earth did I think that speaking to Mom would help anything? She's one half of the reason why Miyuki thinks so highly of herself. The next day,
Mr. Riku, I'm glad that you're pleased with this year's numbers. I hope that we can continue to support one another. You've shown great promise. We're looking forward to what you'll achieve in the next few years.
Oh my god, who is that unbelievably hot guy? I've gotta get his number. Hey, Mizuna! There's a really handsome guy talking to Mr. Nakano in his office. Do you know who it is? I've gotta know.
handsome guy? The only guy that's in here right now is...
Mr. Nakano was calling him Mr. Riku. Come on, tell me. I need to know who he is. He was really hot, and he's exactly my type.
Miyuki, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're bound to find out sooner or later. He's a department manager at MoniRobo Tradings.
He's working at that major company and as a department manager? But he's so young. If he's already so successful, then it must mean that he's a genius like me. He must have gone to MoniRobo University as well. I can't believe I haven't met a handsome guy like him before. He's perfect for me.
I knew it. That's the only reason you'd be interested in knowing who he was. Miyuki, come with me for a second.
What do you want, Mizuna? Why did I have to follow you all the way out here? If you're going to introduce me to Riku, then I'll forgive you. But if not, then you're just wasting my time.
I haven't told anyone else about this because we still want to enjoy our privacy, but I have to tell you before you do something to embarrass yourself. Riku and I are dating.
What? Keep your hallucinations to yourself, Mizuna. There's no way he would date someone like you. Yeah, you may be a department manager now, but you didn't even go to high school. You're not worthy of a guy like that. If you are dating, then his reputation will go downhill in no time. You should give him up.
I don't care what you think, Miyuki. I'm not giving him up for your sake. We're in love. Don't try anything funny.
Yeah, all right. It's a shame I have to give up a catch like that, but I don't want your leftovers anyway.
At this time, I had already had a bad feeling about what Miyuki might do, but I never imagined that she would go that far. Even if she was self-centered and obnoxious, she was still my sister. I still had to hope that unlike my mom, she wouldn't do anything that crossed the line.
Mizuna! Has anyone seen where Mizuna is? Mizuna, are you here? It's an emergency!
Mr. Nakano, I'm right here. Is something the matter?
I need you to come with me to my office right now. We've got to speak about something in private. It's extremely urgent.
I wonder what happened. He seems really panicked, so it's gotta be something pretty serious. I've never seen him like this before. I hope I can help. Excuse me, sir, I'm coming in.
Come in and make sure you shut the door. I want to do something before this gets out. The truth is, I've been contacted by MoniRobo Tradings. They say that they want to cancel all contacts that they have currently with our companies, and that they never want to do business with us ever again.
What? They want to cancel everything? What happened to make them decide something like that so suddenly? If we lose all the contracts we have with them, our numbers will plummet. We won't have anything to keep us afloat.
I know, we might end up going bankrupt. That's why I've already done my best to try and convince them to rethink their decision, but the CEO over there is pretty adamant. He won't listen to me anymore.
No way. But why did they suddenly cut us off? We've always had a great partnership with them.
Well, apparently it's your sister's fault. She's the reason why they suddenly turned their back on us.
What? Miyuki caused all this? What did she do? It turned out that Miyuki had done something when she had gone to MoniRobo Tradings for a business meeting. She'd been caught by the CEO, and he was furious. Whatever she had done, it was enough for him to announce that he wasn't interested in doing business with our company ever again. We didn't have the details, but it was clear he had been greatly offended. Mr. Nakano, if you'll give me some time, I can find out more about what happened. I'll have to leave my desk for a while. I thought I told her not to try anything funny. That idiot. Can't believe she could have done something so stupid. Riku, can we talk? I want to ask what happened with my sister. Apparently all our contracts have been suspended because of what she did.
Mizuna, I'm sorry about all this. I didn't think that the CEO would go so far. He's pretty pissed off, but I know that it's not your company's fault.
No, I know that you couldn't have done anything. Can you please tell me what happened? I need to figure out how I can fix this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Your sister came to see me, and I heard that someone from MoniRobo Trading Company had come for a business meeting. But I wasn't scheduled to join in, so I was surprised when she turned up at my desk. She said that she had some important details to check with me, and when I let her through to one of the meeting rooms, she pounced on me.
What? She did what?
Mizuna, I didn't do anything with her, okay? I pushed her away, I swear. You've gotta believe me. I would never cheat on you.
Yeah, I believe you. Don't worry about that. But I'm sorry my sister caused you so much trouble. I can imagine that she must have been pretty persistent. She seems to think that no one would say no to her.
You don't have to apologize for your sister's behavior. You couldn't have done anything, but I'm really sorry too. I wasn't going to report it because I knew that it might affect your company's position, but it was already too late. The CEO and his perfect timing. He passed by the door and heard that someone was in the meeting room and came in to check. He found me trying to get your sister off of me and he lost it.
Alright, I understand. Thanks for telling me. I'll call you again later. Miyuki?
What do you want? I'm taking a break.
You went to MoniRobo Tradings to have a business meeting, didn't you? I want to talk about it.
What about it? I'm so busy. Can we keep it short?
You just said you're taking a break. Miyuki, look at me. I want to talk about how you threw yourself at my boyfriend. I told you that I was dating Riku, remember? Why would you do that?
So what if I did? It's not like I slept with him. Chill out a little. I'm pretty sure he enjoyed the attention.
Miyuki, you really are an idiot. What makes you think that?
Of course he'd prefer me over a middle school graduate like you. I'm smarter, prettier, and better than you in every single way. He would choose me over you any day. If I get another chance to see him, I know that he would be happy to continue what we started in that meeting room. Plus, thanks to my efforts, we'll get more requests for working from MoniRobo Tradings. I'll save Riku from you and improve performance for the entire company in one go.
That's enough, Miyuki. You obviously don't understand what you've done.
Wait, if we get more work from MoniRobo Trading, then it means I can take the credit, can't I?
Great.
This means I'll be taking the position of top performer from you. I'm a genius. Too bad, Mizuna.
I told you, that's enough. There's a limit on how big-headed you can be. You haven't improved anything. Because of your actions, we've lost all the contracts we had with MoniRobo Tradings. They've completely cut us off. If we don't get that work back, this company is in big trouble, and it's all your fault.
What? They're not calling us to sign more contracts? I thought that if Riku was department manager, he would have a say on which company to do business with.
No, they've been suspended. Listen to me. MoniRobo Tradings is our parent company. We depend on the work they subcontract to us. Yeah, if we show them we can do well, they'll give us a greater share of work. But we give them a reason to think we can't be professional, they'll cut us off. And now that's happened. We don't know how long it'll be before this company goes bankrupt.
What's the big deal? I'm new. Of course I'll make a mistake here and there. They can't get so serious about something a newbie did. I don't even know why they're so angry.
Don't start acting like the newbie now. Ever since you came here, you've acted as though you were better and smarter than the rest of us, just because you spent a few months in Sakato Trading Company. And it's not just a simple mistake that any new person would make. It would still be cute if you mistyped numbers on the contract or bumbled on your presentation. No, much worse.
Well, I went to university, but the rest of you haven't.
Yeah, well, the rest of us can get our work done properly, but you're the only one in this office that can't do anything. And yet, you have the nerve to act as though we're beneath you, like this job is beneath you. Frankly, you may be good at studying, and you may have gotten good grades all through college, but you're terrible at this job. You don't understand a single thing about what it takes to improve your performance here.
Yeah, I'll do my best from now on. I'm sorry for what I did. That's enough lecturing, isn't it? I apologized, so we can get our work back, can't we?
Of course not. You still don't understand why this is happening, do you? How can you reflect on your actions if you don't know the reason why? The only way to make you understand the gravity of the situation is to fire you.
You're gonna fire me? That's hilarious. You don't have the authority to do that. It's above your pay grade. And you know why that is? Because you didn't go to high school.
What?
I got this job because Daddy has connections in this company. You can't fire me. You're just a department manager. On the other hand, Daddy's a director in a major company. If you fire me, you'll lose the contracts you have with Daddy's company, too. Then MoniRobo Trading Company will really go bankrupt, and you'll all lose your jobs.
You really don't know about anything, do you? I'm starting to feel sorry for how clueless you are. Clearly been left in the dark about everything from your parents.
You're the one that doesn't know anything. You can't fire me. None of you can. Not even Mr. Nakano. This company's too small to be able to stand up to such a major business like Daddy's company.
Unfortunately for you, your daddy won't be able to help you. He can't stop us from firing you, and we won't lose any contracts because of it.
What are you talking about? He's my daddy. Of course he'll help me. He won't just stand by and let me get fired by you. You may not understand how much trouble you'll be in, but I suggest you take it back. Unlike you, I have a daddy that loves me.
He may love you, but that doesn't mean he'll be able to help you. I know that because I heard that he was fired just a while ago.
What? Why would you make up such an obvious lie just to win this argument? You do realize that even if you win the argument, you still won't be able to fire me, don't you? It's hilarious how desperate you are to win against me. Though it makes sense. You've never been able to beat me at anything.
Miyuki, do I look like I'm making a joke? I'm being really serious. He lost his job. Do you even know where your dad works right now? Because you seem to think that he's working in some top-class company when that isn't the case at all.
I'm not an idiot. I know where my daddy works. He's the director in Moni Construction. He's been working there for decades.
I knew it. You really don't know anything, Miyuki. Your dad works at Robo Tradings.
But it's impossible. He told me that he was working for Moni Construction.
He was working for Moni Construction, but he changed jobs about 10 years ago, just before I left. I guess that must have been a big decider in kicking me out. And now he's been fired from Robo Tradings too.
But Riku's just a department manager. Even if he did report what I did, my daddy's a director. He could have easily covered it up for me or spoken to the CEO. But why did he have to get fired? I don't understand.
Riku's the son of the CEO at Robo Tradings. In other words, you attacked the future CEO. Even if he wasn't going to become the head of the company in the future, if the CEO caught some random woman forcing herself on his son, of course he'd get pissed off.
No way. So my daddy can't help me? I'm gonna get fired?
Nobody can help you. You've got to accept that you deserve this punishment for what you did. If anything, you're the one that led to Dad being fired. You should accept responsibility for that, too.
My daddy can't do anything, but can't you help me? You're department manager. You can make the decision to unfire me and just cut my pay a little. What kind of big sister are you if you won't help your little sister when she needs it?
Don't make me laugh. Don't call me your sister just because it suits your convenience now. You never did anything when I was being kicked out of the house. And even before that, you always looked down on me. I've never thought of you as a sister. I'm not gonna start now.
Well, That's different. I was just doing that because Mom and Dad were.
What's so different about it? I get that you were following their lead, but you're an adult now. You need to own up to what you've done. You can't always blame your parents for how you act. But clearly, you're still just as self-centered as you were 10 years ago. That tells me that I can't ever forgive you or your parents for what you did to me.
You're kidding. What do I do?
After Miyuki had made her advances on Riku at MoniRobo Tradings, it was found out by higher-ups that her father had abused his power by pressuring Mr. Nakano to give her a job at our company. He ended up being fired for that one offense, but it was later discovered that he had also been embezzling company money. My mother had always enjoyed reckless shopping sprees, and it turns out that he had been stealing money and forging receipts so that he could avoid paying for her shopping out of his own pocket. At first, they believed that they would be able to survive without my stepfather's income because they had plenty of money saved up, but once the court found him guilty of all charges pressed by his own company, he had to use all the savings to pay back the debt he owed the company. Furthermore, he not only had to pay back all the money he had stolen, but also he had to serve time in prison. My little sister still seemed to be unaware of how great a loss she had caused the company, and thought she could get away with just being fired, but of course, she was summoned to court and charged with paying MoniRobo Trading Company a significant amount of compensation. Even after I had fired her and told her the truth about her father, she still had the gall to rant about how she would be able to find a better job because of her degree, and how she deserved better than a job in a place like this. But I hear that nobody wants to hire her because of the reputation she made for herself by angering the CEO of a major business like MoniRobo Tradings. She's currently unemployed and is blaming the world for everything that's happened to her.
Why me? Why is this happening to me? I went to the best university. I was working in the top business in the country. I should have more.
These events all changed my mother's life for the worse, too. The reason being, I lost the house and lost all my husband's savings, all because he made the stupid mistake of using his power to get Miyuki a job. He couldn't even earn enough to pay for my shopping. How am I supposed to live now? He's in prison, and Miyuki can't find work. Who's going to pay for everything? The house and savings weren't enough to cover the compensation Miyuki owed, and the money that my stepfather had to pay back, so my mother ended up borrowing money. And it was just like her to blame everyone else for her problems, even though she had an equal part in my stepfather's downfall. Mizuna, it's your mom. Can you help me? I don't have anywhere to live, and I've lost all the money your stepfather and I had saved in order to pay back what he owes. Oh, really? Sounds tough. Could you at least give me a house to live in? You can't leave your mother on the streets. You're not that heartless, are you? Says the woman that kicked me out and made me homeless when I was still 15 years old. I had a lot of trouble finding a new job because I was so young, you know? But that's all in the past. It was different. I had no choice. Your stepfather said that we had to kick you out. I couldn't say no. You can't seriously think that I'll accept that as an excuse. You all love to put blame on someone else, but you're all equally in the wrong. I'm not doing anything for you. You and Miyuki should go find jobs and do the best you can to pay back the debt you owe yourselves. It's your punishment. Suck it up. You're a terrible daughter. How could you do this to your own mother? I gave birth to you! Ever since my stepfather's imprisonment, my mother often tries to contact me to beg me for help, but I've made it clear every single time that I have no intention of doing anything for them. I'm not obliged to do anything for the people who didn't treat me like family when they should have. Oh, and as for the contracts between our company and MoniRobo Tradings, they were put back on the table since the CEO found out that we had terminated Miyuki's employment. We were back in the parent company's favor and got all our work back. I've had a few changes in my personal life too. 10 years ago, I lost a family because of their selfishness, but now...
Mizuna, help me! I need the bottle, quick! She won't stop crying! It's okay, honey, I'll get your milk. Please don't cry.
Riku, you're holding her wrong. She's not gonna be comfortable like that. Come on, give her to me. This is how you have to hold her.
Wow, you're right. She stopped crying. I guess I'll stick to just changing her nappies.
I'm married to Riku, and we've had our first baby. She's a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and we're incredibly happy. I've built my own family, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with my loving husband.